Carter Center here in our city, so it's always a privilege to hear you. Next, we have Diane Dougherty, who is, and just listen to this, okay, because this is not something you usually hear. She is an ordained Roman Catholic woman priest. I know you're saying, what? How can that be? Well, it is, and she is making a stand in a big little way. Please welcome Diane.
Hello, everybody. God is with us. Peace be to you, and peace to all in this room. I am a Roman Catholic woman priest, but I wasn't for a long time. I was the single woman in your families that took care of your children. I was an aunt, a great aunt. I'm a teacher. I'm a professional. I was one who worked in the Catholic Church my whole life, and I have to say I loved every minute of it. I was a sister. I built schools. I worked in hospitals. I did work in this church that built communities with all my sisters. And then I found out that I was a woman who was a sister, who was a Catholic, and who was in the church. I didn't know that before until we asked for a fair wage for one of my friends who didn't have food at the end of the month because the pastor did not give her a fair wage. But when we went to ask, he told us we could go. I was not understanding that. But we did leave because he was solid in the ground. I didn't know I was a woman in the church that was a problem until the next year. We were in a parish where we advocated for our Hispanic brothers and sisters, beautiful people, celebrating Mass at an Italian restaurant. We said, bring them over to the church. Within 2 years, we were evicted from our convent. Unheard of. I didn't understand the hierarchy of the church was sometimes not friendly to us. I didn't understand that as a woman in the church, there was something wrong with me if I spoke. If I stood up, I'd be squashed down. And I thought, this is just very curious. And when I began to see how many problems there are in the church that are caused by, are you ready for this, 0.0003% of men in the hierarchy, I began to learn about male domination, about hierarchical oppression, about institutional malfeasance. And I was shocked, because that's not my church, and that's not my God. And I spent many, many years trying to figure out, God, if this is of you, why would you call me to it? My answer came with a great aha. God says, I did not call you to that. That is not of me. It has never been of me. I'm a God who calls all. So I asked God, what would you have me do? And when he said, well, you can become a priest, I laughed. I said, you've got to be kidding. But today in our world, as of 2002, this is an opportunity. I am a validly ordained Roman Catholic woman priest. This is my goal. I stand on an equal platform with men that I love. I do not in any way have any angst or anger toward our bishops, toward our Pope, who, by the way, isn't fond of us. But if he knew me, he would like us. I'm here to be the voice of God, the voice of a God that calls us as equals, the voice of a God that wants all children to know, if God calls, we respond. End of story. I have no church because I'm excommunicated, but I have a people. I have no particular place. I have no money for income, but I have the love of a community that raises me up. And in the name of God, God who is both mother and father, I bring blessing to all of you. And I say to you, do not ever give up, because we are rising for this next generation. And I say to you, sing. 1 billion rising, 1 billion rising, rising, 1 billion rising, rising over the city. 1 billion rising, 1 billion rising, rising, 1 billion rising, rising over the people, rising.